Last week, Karzai said the U.S.-led NATO mission was not successful in bringing security to his country, particularly in Helmand Province. He accused the mission of creating, quote, pockets of wealth and a vast countryside of deprivation and anger. CCTV's Courtney Body talked to residents in Helmand about the impact of this war.
Trained and outfitted by the U.S.-led ISAF forces in Afghanistan, the police man the checkpoint into Helmand's capital of Lashkar-Gah. They managed to keep the bustling southern city relatively peaceful. But as the U.S. and coalition troops pull out by the end of this year, there are still weekly attacks by the Taliban, and the civilians there paying the highest price. Some seeing themselves as caught between the foreigners and the Taliban. The people of Helmand have mixed feelings on the war that has been fought over the last 12 years here. Many of them live in rural areas where education and wealth of any kind are out of reach. To them, a foreigner with a gun is a natural enemy. To the foreigners, they are soldiers fighting for their security. The two perceptions rarely meet. Even the chief of police for the province, who sits in a large compound built by the Americans and whose salary is paid by foreign aid, says the foreigners are the problem.
The foreigners are the main reason for the war. The people are fighting against them. I can say to you that in some places when foreigners withdrew, fighting stopped. But some highways were closed before, and now the foreigners have gone, they have reopened and the fighting has lessened.
This divide in how foreigners perceive and are received has been felt throughout the war here. At the height of the surge of troops in 2010, a counterterrorism plan was championed by ISAF to win so-called hearts and minds by increasing soldiers and pouring money into development projects. It is generally now considered to have been too late, ineffective, and to have failed.
If foreigners stop bombing and raiding our homes and being disrespectful to Afghans, we don't have any problem with them. They should stay. We need them because they are very important for Afghanistan's economy.
That is the conflict of this war. The civilians suffer the most casualties from Taliban attacks, but to some, foreigners are also the enemy just by nature, even if those foreigners lost their lives trying to bring them security, infrastructure, and jobs, which they most likely will not have without them. Courtney Body, CCTV, Helmand, Afghanistan.